Hello, I'm Jervette Ward, President and a lifetime member of the College Language Association, CLA. Greetings to the Fisk University community and President Walker Clark, and to the Society for the Study of Southern Literature, SSSL, and President Bob Jackson as you host your first conference on the campus of a historically Black college or university, an HBCU, in my home state of Tennessee. CLA was founded on the campus of another HBCU back in 1937. Dr. Hugh M. Gloucester, a professor at Lowe, which became Lowe College in Memphis, Tennessee, sent a letter to a colleague that discussed the need for stronger critical thinking and English language education for students at their respective colleges. Gloucester engaged other English teachers at predominantly private Negro colleges and universities to form an association on the matter. In 1937, 8 men and women met at Lowe and formed the Association of Teachers of English in Negro Colleges. And in 1941, the association broadened its objective to formally include the teaching of literature and foreign languages, thus changing its name to the Association of Teachers of Languages in Negro Colleges. And in 1949, the ATLNC officially became the College Language Association, CLA, following their meeting in New Orleans. In 1957, CLA also established our peer-reviewed academic journal, CLAJ, which is a multilingual international publication that fosters socially engaged, innovative, and groundbreaking scholarship in language, literature, linguistics, creative writing, and pedagogy, cultivated by the diverse international membership of CLA. CLAJ can be found on JSTOR, Project Muse, and EBSCO. And the current editor-in-chief of CLAJ is Dr. Dana A. Williams, acclaimed author of Tony at Random, the iconic writer's legendary editorship. Dr. Williams returned to lead our journal as she is also a past president of the Modern Language Association, MLA, the Toni Morrison Society, and the College Language Association. I'm sure that you all will be thrilled and blessed by her words during your conference, as we all have been at CLA for many years. Next year, in 2027, CLAJ will celebrate 70 years, and the organization as a whole will celebrate 90 years of scholarship and fellowship, the very words that were in our original seal, and that can still be found on our newly updated seal in Latin. Our CLA history can be found at our archives, which are housed at the Atlanta University Center, AUC, Robert W. Woodruff Library, along with the archives of our founder, Dr. Gloucester, who went on to become the president of Morehouse College, another HBCU, and who also founded Morehouse's Medical School. Gloucester's legacy lives on, and CLA is one of the most important and long-standing Black academic associations. More than a year ago, Bob reached out to me as CLA president and in my role at the City College of New York, CCNY, where I've been leading the reestablishment of the Black Studies Department at CCNY, which is the flagship of the City University of New York, CUNY. To learn more about the Black Studies Initiative, you should check out the documentary, The 5 Demands, which is currently streaming on PBS. It tells the story of the takeover and the original establishment of the Black Studies Department at CCNY in 1969. I have the privilege of carrying on the legacy of both the 5 Demands and Dr. Gloucester with CLA. Administrator, scholar, activist is how I situate my work, which leads people and organizations to seek me out for support and partnerships in strategic and visionary initiatives. Bob shared that he wanted to partner with a Black organization and that he wanted to try to host the first SSSL conference on the campus of an HBCU, with the hope of reckoning with the history of discrimination from the organization he leads, an admirable goal. I was able to give time, energy, and resources for the past year to Bob and SSSL as he worked towards his goal. In this moment of national and international reckoning, I wish SSSL the best in respectfully addressing the past and moving forward from racist practices. I truly hope that this first conference at an HBCU makes progress towards those goals, as there is much work to be done organizationally and individually. I applaud the initial goal, and I challenge you all to also address misogynoir and economic injustice that is deeply ingrained in the Southern tradition. And before I move to close by inviting you all to the CLA Annual Convention, I also want to honor an individual who believed in scholarship, fellowship, CLA, and who reached his hand across the racial aisle, John Lowe. My dissertation is on Zora Neale Hurston's last novel, Seraph on the Swanee, the only novel Hurston wrote about white people. At one of my first conferences in graduate school, I presented on Seraph, and as all Hurston scholars know, John was the scholar to reference about Hurston. I got the memo real quick when John sat in, I believe, the first row of my panel presentation. So that's how I, graduate student Jervette, first met John. And he was gracious and welcoming. He not only gave me feedback and words of affirmation, but he also invited me out to dinner, which is a dream for any broke graduate student. And I joined him and his other senior colleagues. That interaction became the foundation of knowing him. Before he passed, John was at our first in-person CLA convention following our pause due to COVID-19, because John was regularly at CLA conventions. I saw him in the hallway at that 2023 Atlanta convention hosted by Emory University. I was then in my first term as CLA president. I have the distinct honor of being the only other president besides our founder, Dr. Gloucester, to serve twice as president of CLA. I'd heard from our CLAJ managing editor, Dr. Sharon Lynette Jones, another impactful scholar, that John had recently hosted her at his house and had made her some lovely meals, in particular, an amazing breakfast. So I felt a certain kind of way about that, and the three of us needed to talk. We all joked and laughed in the hallway, and John said, as he would say, "Dear one, you must come stay, and I'll cook for you too." I was looking forward to that stay and that meal. John understood that words have power, and he was a virtuoso with words. Yet he also understood the power of action and the need to commune in human respect with those who are marginalized. For decades, John showed up for CLA and at our conventions. He was not simply performative. He put into action and regular practice, joining in scholarship and in fellowship with us. He is deeply loved, and he is deeply missed. On behalf of the College Language Association, to his wife, June Lowe, and his entire family, we at CLA say thank you for sharing him with us. And congratulations on the receipt of the Richard Bill Davis Award. Lastly, I would like to invite the Fisk community and the Society for the Study of Southern Literature to join the College Language Association. Become a member. Attend our 84th Annual CLA Convention, April 8th through 11th, 2026, hosted by another HBCU, Jackson State University in Jackson, Mississippi, with Kiese Lamone as our keynote speaker. Registration is still open until March 31st. We look forward to welcoming Dana Williams SSL Convention Program Committee Member and MLA Executive Committee Member and CLA Member Magana Kabugi, MLA President Herman Beavers, and a host of others. The convention theme, Soul Food, Soul Work, Soul Legacies, Food, Family, and Faith as Foundation, convention tours including the home of Medgar and Myrlie Evers, and a plethora of brilliant papers from CLA scholars should make this one truly special. Plus, we plan to eat good. You can find out more about CLA and our convention on our website, www.clascholars.org. Again, on behalf of the College Language Association, we hope that this first conference at an HBCU for the Society for the Study of Southern Literature is a success. Thank you.